The thing that Jalen Rose hates happened in the game last night between
What?
Minnesota
What?
Timberwolves and the Lakers.
No.
We'll start by showing you some of the highlights from Minnesota because KarlAnthony Towns had 30 and Anthony Edwards, one of my favorite players in the league, had 27. But Jalen Rose, you hate falling, and what else do you hate to see when you're watching League Pass in the evening?
I can't stand when people shoot helium balls. So
He
you
hates
might say,
air balls.
Jalen, what does that mean? That means when you shoot the basketball and all it hits is the floor. So look, let me just distinguish this air ball. That's why KarlAnthony Towns look the way I look when people shoot air balls. It's one thing to shoot an air ball, it's another thing for it to hit the ground. You following me? You following me, right? Like Karl looked like that because he was about to let it hit the ground. He was about to let it hit the. It's like a baseball player when they know they can snag it simple. You know what I mean? But I want to snag it with a little flair. I want to pop it, right? That's what KarlAnthony Towns is doing. And so he could have let it hit the floor, but then it was like, wait a minute, it might cause an earthquake. You know what I'm saying? I had to catch this thing. And so I was watching that game like all of them. We had countdown. And I just want to say something like for real. Watching it with Greedy and Wilbon and Stephen A is really funny because as we were watching this game, Wilbon like, I don't want to talk about the Lakers at all. And it's kind of like I had to remind them. It's kind of like my Detroit Pistons, right? If we're really great, the national media is going to talk about us. If we're really bad, the national media is going to talk about us. Otherwise, they ain't going to really mention us unless somebody really bought it. And so for the Lakers, we're going to talk about them regardless, but especially if they lost 11 in a row on the road. They've lost 11 straight road games? 11 straight road games?
I didn't think it was possible for them to fall out of play-in, but they could fall out of the play-in position. Like, it's wild. The Trailblazers aren't even trying to win games, and they could accidentally end up with a play-in game. They could accidentally end up with one. They're not even trying to get in there.
I can give you more. I got more. So, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. There he is right there. Patrick Beverley. Seasoned grizzled vet. Not a multi-time All-Star, not a future Hall of Famer, will never lead the league in any statistical category, including fouls and technicals. Will never lead the league in none of that. However, he gets paid to play basketball, and he gets an opportunity to compete on a nightly basis. And you see him backing off Russell Westbrook like he with us, and then Russ tried to pass it to LeBron, and he tells him he's trash, he stinks. He gets the right to do that. Like, what I want everybody to understand is, like, the only thing I need to do to be able to talk trash is to get in your head. That's all I need. I don't need the scoreboard. I don't need to have more points than you. I don't need to even be able to beat you in a fight. Not in today's game. All I got to do is get in your head. And put that play back up there when he backed off of Russ. You think the air ball is bad, and you think the psyche of a player is really bad? Imagine after you bring the ball up, you give up this offensive rebound. Now look at Russ standing. That's his man. Now, that's Russ's man, Patrick Beverley, hustling.
This is the one.
For this offensive rebound. Now look how he back it off Russ.
Look how far
and
away
he
he is
throws and
from
he
Russ.
steals the ball.
He's 15 feet away from him. 15 feet away from him. Oh.
And so now, when I say it ain't no fun if the rabbit got the gun, this is what I mean by being in your head. They was waxing the Lakers old school style and talking trash to them. And LeBron, after the game, walked off like, yeah, I'm gonna remember this. Yeah, I'm gonna remember this. Let me tell y'all something. I've been really fortunate to play against some of the all-time greats that y'all love, that y'all celebrate, that y'all adore. But there's so many nights I went home and I had some red wine and I was better than them that night. And let me tell you something. The Minnesota Timberwolves did something that I truly appreciated with the Lakers last night. They not only beat them, but they humiliated them.
They did.
They was talking trash to them. They was flexing on them. And after the game, LeBron was like this. Here you go, Jacoby, watch this. This I want to put an exclamation point on it right here. After the game, LeBron saw his teammates giving dap. And he had to go give Anthony Edwards that. You never know what might happen in the future, personal or business. It's a business. So he gives Anthony Edwards that. But then he looks at everybody else like, I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember this and leave. I got news for you, LeBron. They going to remember it too.
Jalen.
How about that?
We are always going to remember March as the season when we have the NCAA tournament. However, while there's so much attention on the men's tournament, we're going to tell you who you need to focus on in the women's tournament.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.